Hi, this is Sam from Refraxionaudio. Today we're going to be going over Acustica Audio's new plugin called Celestial, how I used it while mastering a track, and how you can get the most out of the plugin.
Refraxionaudio.
Let's hear Celestial in action. So what I have up in front of me are the actual settings I used on the mix bus. And what we're going to do is we're going to bypass it first and then bring it in. And what you should hear is a nice, warm, analog sound coming from the track, which wasn't there before. Okay, here it is. Okay, the first processor in Celestial is Drive. What this is going to do, it's going to add a nice nonlinear response to the signal. In other words, adding additional harmonics. This is similar to tube saturation, tape saturation, although it'll be its unique distortion sound. Now, the track that we were listening to, it doesn't need a lot of distortion. So on this particular project, I did not use this as much as I would otherwise. But if you're looking for a nice, warm analog distortion, this is it. So let's take a listen to with and without this. Okay, and now let's push it around and I will show you the different settings. Okay, so that sounds really nice to me. However, on this track, I think there are enough harmonics in it already, so we're not going to push it any further. So we're going to leave it at the minimum settings, although I do still like it in, even if it's just a little bit. Okay, the next module on here is called the infrared equalizer. So this is a high band shelf and a low band shelf. And so even though it says 20 and 40, it's actually cutting in significantly before. It is a very soft slope, and same on the high end. And what's actually a good trick is if you combine the high end here with the celestial dynamics. And we'll go over that in just a second. Right here, we see that we have a low pass and a high pass filter. These sound very nice. Just the track I'm working on right now does not require it. And now for my favorite part of this plugin. It's called the Celestial Dynamics. And so how this works is that there is a crossover point, and all of the frequencies above this crossover point are going to be gain reduced by the compression. So in other words, it's a compression that only acts above this crossover frequency. And right here we have the attack time. So it's fast all the way to the left and slow all the way to the right. Now the reason this track is on fast is because I was listening to the hi-hats and I felt like they were poking out too much. They were a bit too harsh. And when I had this on the slow setting, it was almost giving them a little bit more attack than I wanted. So I put it on the fast setting, and this really smoothed out the transients in the high end from the hi-hats. So let's take a listen to this in and out. And I have the crossover set to about 15 kilohertz. That sounds really nice. Definitely has a little bit more cohesion and a nice analog smoothness to it with this on. And that's what I think this module is the best for. And it's really good on tracks too if you boost a little bit in the high shelf area and then use this Celestial Dynamics options to bring it back down. So you can add air, but without the harshness sometimes, although it wasn't needed on this track. And then, okay, finally we have the stereo spread called Yellow Spread. And this is an elliptic filter, And if you move it more to the left, you get more of the mono signal. If you move it more to the right, you get more of the sides in. And what dimension does is this adds bass frequencies to the elliptical signal. And so by having it at +1, we're increasing the bass a little bit on the sides. So let's take a listen to this in and out. Okay, that sounds really nice. I like it. So again, we'll do one less bypass with everything turned off, and then we'll bring it in. This tutorial is brought to you by Refraxionaudio. If you'd like to get your tracks professionally mastered, please go to refraxionaudio.com. Link is in the description below.